Hey guys, I'm really excited to do episode 3 of our poetry readings for books written with the blood of the heart by Peter Lemos, yours truly, and I'm excited to do volume 3. So we're going to do volume 3. Honestly, for full disclosure, there was a little bit of boredom going on, and I'm like, I needed something to do that was productive or semi-productive or something that it may inspire and or enlighten someone else. So I haven't even picked the 3 poems yet that we're going to do tonight, but excuse me. um Maybe I'll just read right from maybe we'll just do those 3. Maybe they were just calling and they were right on top. We'll just do it like that. That sounds good. The universe is telling us what to do, right? God's telling us what to do. So we'll start off with what the title is: A Son's Tale. A Son's Tale. So let's just jump right into it and get into it. We could obviously talk about the dynamics of the poem, about what I might have been thinking about what had been going on in the world and or in my life and whatever, but let's just jump right into it and have some fun. So this is called A Son's Tale. Okay, let's do it. Father, you've hurt me with past memories of you. A child's eyes can bear parts of life so true. Forget and forgive, you say. Live your life and tell the tales. It may be easier to handle the pain when the ship of a fisherman sails. O fisher of sons, look at the tears in your eyes. It's hard to equal you as I'm placed in these family ties. Drink with me and equal my trials in the past. Your problems seem much easier while looking through this glass. The ship will not sail across the ocean blue, a representation of the tears of a fisher passed on to you. The battle is not over as fisher and son wage the war at sea. The storm they must face to set the massive ship free. So that was a very personal one in my life. And those of you who know me closely probably could get the points of how that one was birthed, or how it started breathing and had a life of its own. I always say it, and I know it sounds crazy, but I believe that these poems have they're living, breathing, figuratively things. So I do believe that, and because a lot of these I don't sit and think about. A lot of these have just flown like through me, like as if something was speaking to me, and it just using my hand to write and my brain to just filter the words and things like that. A lot of these are self-written, and a lot I did take time and energy and have edited, and there's others that are like completely and some that I've edited that I've got that I'm upset now that I like the original versions better. Like probably my favorite poem of all, which is Complacency, has some edits that I don't like. I like the original. But this one's a very small one. This one's called A Crazy Man Slept in My Bed. And I can tell you the backstory of this one too if you want to know. It's actually a very personal story though. I don't know if it's appropriate sharing, but A Crazy Man Slept in My Bed is the title. A crazy man slept in a place full of wonder, full of fear and fascination. He pulled the sheets over his unsound head until the hurt sent out a message to the air. Fastened to life without reason or knowledge that there was so much to fight for. As crazy he was, I slept where he once did sleep. I learned from my heart there was a reason. Every time I thought I was lost, I thought of him and pushed to be better. Then I finally knew the answers as I lie in the bed of my brother. So that's A Crazy Man Slept in My Bed. That one is after I had a little bit of a what they now call a psychotic break. It was basically a mental breakdown. when I was 19 years old. I was at Ohio University, and that one was one that came from that experience, to make it simple. This one's a little longer, but not very long. This will be a very, very short volume 3. It's only 5 minutes into it. This one is called Tragic Happiness. This one is definitely in my top 5 favorites, for sure. Not only because it is a great poem, and I'm not saying that to sound conceited, but it is a great poem. It really is. You have to know something about Shakespeare to understand this a little bit. You're going to have to know a little bit about Shakespeare. If not, you can look up the references later. And again, you can find these poems, most of them, there are photos of the poems on lemoscrystals.com. I don't tell too many people that, because then they go read them and whatever. But yeah, this one is very, very intense. And this one is probably the one that has most life-changing implications with transitions that I've gone through in my life, with my identity, with my my feelings, and with love and romance. Let me read it, and then maybe we can discuss it, or just leave it at that. So this one's called Tragic Happiness. Now, the title I don't like. I really don't like the title, Tragic Happiness. To me, that title is just kind of like, it's you know, again, I'm not trying to sound conceited. I just don't like, I think it's not, I wish I could come up with a word that would be better. If you have any ideas, let me know before I publish these, because I can always change the title. Since they're mine, I can do that. So if you think of something after listening to this, message me and let me know what you think Tragic Happiness could be named instead. I don't really truly like the title, but I couldn't think of anything else that was more appropriate. And if you know Shakespeare, there's a lot of tragedy in Shakespeare, and there's a lot of tragedy in this poem as well. Okay, this is Tragic Happiness. Tears of tragedy befall upon me, yet still in tasting are sweet, as they brush over my lips, pouring out of love and regret, still hold on combined souls. Permanent laughter the hearts to wed, as vows grow stronger and divide. For one shall stand in shadows, to confuse that which Montague to Mercutio have left in one sharp moment split, within all destiny has encompassed. To hang as heads do in shame, for love is infinite, but unwed will mend. Swelling rivers and tears throw forth to perfect flowers, bringing illness to the life from the waters and rot. In all of this, let love not escape only tragic ends, for that one rose on the ground where leaves fall brings forth another flower as a daisy, when in brilliance she casts a shadow over that which Mercutio's flower and he lay, fatally paired in a time-torn age, holding fast to root and wed in the heart alone. Though estranged from his uncomforting rose, daisies shall prance to take his place, a contract-like state and ink stamp to combine. In continuance of time to fate, as if an equation or solution were possible, only now so immense is regret with his flower, while holding in happiness is met for the rose. Mercutio's flower smiles, and Mercutio dies. Yeah, that's a deep one. That's a really, really, really deep one. That one would take like probably a lot of time to go into, to explain, and I'd have to get super, super personal as to how that came about and why that came about. But if you listen to it or re-listen to this again, and it's only been 9 minutes, well, this is going to be our shortest session, you'll understand a little bit more about me, and maybe be able to surmise some things in some capacities. Basically, it's somebody who's in love with somebody, and she is something happens and they can't be together, and she ends up being with the Daisy, which is her husband now, and who was my former best friend. She knows about this poem. I've literally shared it with her, and he does too. He's an amazing guy. I love him, but it's a great poem. Great poem. That's it, guys. Thank you. Volume 3 is going to go up. This is exciting. We're getting these poems out. I can't believe that they're happening so fast. We'll see you soon, and take care of yourselves. I think this one was more done out of Sunday days, like boredom, like, come on, man, do something instead of laying around, let's get something done. Because I've got a list of things to do, and of course I don't want to do those. I'd much rather be getting into my poetry. I'm going to start writing tonight too. Yeah, I'm going to have some fun. Take care, guys. Thank you.